Donald Trump is going after Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve. This is the same chairman that Donald Trump had appointed during his first term and that Joe Biden had reappointed during his term as president, and his term is not up until May 2026. But Donald Trump believes he has the authority to fire Jerome Powell and thinks he's going to be doing that and he would be out very quickly. Now, the Fed has always been independent. Once they are confirmed, they do not report directly to the president. This would obviously end up in court. But why does Donald Trump want to go after Jerome Powell? Why does he think Jerome Powell should be fired? Well, the interest rates are too high for Donald Trump's liking. He thinks they should be much lower, and it should be so much cheaper to borrow money. But for his part, Jerome Powell is playing cautious with dropping the interest rates in response to market volatility and everything else right now, because he doesn't want to create an inflationary situation. Easy access to borrowing money can lead to higher inflation. It is possible, especially when people get extended beyond their means. They buy more, but it can be inflationary. So the Fed is trying to be cautious, but Donald Trump doesn't like that. He thinks it should all happen relatively quickly. It should be very cheap, and go from there. Well, Donald Trump wants to fire Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell's like, he can try, but I'm here until the end of my term, and then we'll see what happens then. Now, in 2026, Donald Trump could appoint a new head of the Federal Reserve, and that person would need Senate confirmation. And we would see how that would play out, especially during the midterm election year. So Donald Trump going after the chairman of the Fed, says he has the authority. Don't know for sure that he does have the authority to fire the chairman. Yes, they appoint the chairman. Yes, they get confirmed through the Senate. But after that, they are supposed to be perfectly independent because they are watching financial markets. They are watching long-term issues. And they're trying not to make snap judgments. They're trying to protect the economy from a recession, from a depression, and trying to avoid major things happening when it comes to inflation. And this is a guy Donald Trump liked during his first administration. But now, because he's not doing the things Donald Trump wants and they're not going the way Donald Trump would like, suddenly he doesn't like this guy anymore. That's who Donald Trump is. When things are going good and it looks good for him, he'll love you. He'll think you're the greatest person ever. But if things aren't going the way he wants, or he can spin it that you're to blame for something, you're going to be out. He has no loyalty to anybody under him, but he expects absolute loyalty to everybody under him, to Donald Trump.